Greetings, fellow travelers and YouTubers. It's Apple Stump Bushcraft Stuffin' Things, and we're back with another 2004 vintage MRE to share with you folks. Tonight's offering is 2004 menu number 9 beef stew by the Wornick Company of McAllen, Texas. What's supposed to be in there is the main course beef stew, some beef jerky, jelly, crackers, a cookie, dairy shake, hot sauce, and accessory packet a spoon, and a flameless ration heater. Just in case the ration heater doesn't work, again tonight I have a pot of boiling water ready to go on the stove, and we'll heat the entrees up with that. Accessory packet A contains coffee, sugar, creamer, salt, chewing gum, matches, toilet tissue, and a hand cleaner. So without further ado, let's get into this thing and see what's in there. So I use my trusty CRKT igniter to open the pouch. Menu number 9 coming out. Right on top we have a dairy shake, and we have a packing date of 294th day of 2004. Cookies with pan-coated chocolate discs, whatever that is. Never heard of that before, never had that one before. Cookies with pan-coated chocolate discs. I wonder if that means chocolate chips. There you can really clearly see the packing date, and the way I read that is 309th day of 2004. Next up is beef snack strip, 257th day of 2004. And accessory packet 3A, and I read to you what's supposed to be in there. Another spoon for my collection, toss that over there. Crackers, 303rd day of 2004. Flameless ration heater, way down in the corner. 309th day of 2004. Apple jelly, yahoo yahoo. 214th day of 2004 on the apple jelly. And here we have our beef stew entree, and the box end says for 279th day of 2004. So let's get that open. The retort pouch out. It also says 279th day of 2004 beef stew. So that's a look at the contents, and we'll open those up. First thing I want to do is pop that retort pouch into the flameless ration heater and see if this ration heater is going to work. If not, it'll go into the boiling water. So stand by. Let's open this ration heater up and give it a try. Pull the heating element down a little bit so I can slide the retort pouch in on top of it. I'm going to position that about in the middle somewhere. And we have a little bit of water here. Doesn't take very much. I'll flip it over and pour the water down on the side the element is on. About that much or so. Pull over the top and give it a little shake. We'll know in a minute if it's going to heat up. And I feel some heat in there. So let's recover the box the retort pouch came in. It's starting to puff up now from the gas inside. There we go. I'm going to put this off camera a little bit so I can tilt it at the proper rock or something angle. Alright, here we have accessory packet A. I don't think I'm going to open it, but there you can see the hot sauce, and this is one of the ones that's completely evaporated. I don't know if you can see that, but that's the Tabasco sauce in this little bottle right there, and it's just a little reddish brown pellet in the bottom, so that lost all of its moisture over time. Let's see what the Dairy Shake has to say for itself. 100 grams, tear pouch at notch, add 6 ounces of cold water. I think we can accommodate that. So, okay. Oh, a little puff of powder came out of there. I didn't get it all down inside quite well enough. I wonder what flavor it is. It's white, so it must be vanilla. It is vanilla. I should have read the label better. Okay. 6 ounces of water, so that's going to be probably most of that. I think you're supposed to fold it over. Be real careful about doing that with this. There's not much room in there. I shook it a little bit. I'm going to put the spoon down in there. My. Stir it up with the spoon. Shaking it didn't do anything. It smells like vanilla as I get it all over my shirt sleeve. I think once I'm sure I have most of the powder mixed up and dissolved in there, I'm going to put it in the cup, my stainless steel cup, and stir it some more. Oh, look at that. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Let's get it in the cup. Smells okay. Smells a little like powdered skim milk, which is probably exactly what's in there, along with some of this other stuff. Flavoring, and there's some undissolved powder right there. There's some more. Alright, I think I got it all out. What do you think about that? I think I ought to try it. It looks awfully chunky right now. I'm going to keep on stirring that, but I'm not going to make you watch me, so we'll pause this for a minute. So I let that shake sit for a while and stirred it some more. It's starting to look just mostly frothy now and not too chunky. So we'll try taking a sip of that here in a second. Let's take a look at these beef snack strips, which allegedly probably correspond to jerky. And we'll stick them out. Oh my goodness, they're in their own package. Well, that probably guarantees that they're double good. Looks like some congealed fat in there. Kind of the white areas, I expect that's what that is. But it's vacuum packed, it should be good. Hope. I'm going to move this out of the picture because we're done looking at that. Cookies with pan-coated chocolate disc. We've got 2 of them in there. There's also an oxygen absorber, which is usually a good sign, means they're shelf stable generally. The pan-coated chocolate discs, I think, were possibly once Sixlets, S-I-X-L-E-T-S, if you know what those are. If you ever had them when you were a kid, that's what they look like. Tiny little M&Ms, different colored. The cookies smell a little bit stale. They don't smell rancid, just old. And guess what? They are old. Going on their 14th year now of being in that MRE pouch, so yeah. We'll set those there for now. Alright, let's open up the crackers. Now crackers, I like to slice the envelope open on two sides, and that way they come out easier, in my experience. If I do it right. Sometimes I don't do it right and they don't come out easier. Voila! Typical MRE crackers look a little bit like matzah. They're scored, but they almost never break on the scores. This one has some little brown, kind of like, I wouldn't call them grill marks, but you can tell that that's probably been heated up, some caramelized a little bit. Probably the correct term. Alright, let's knead this apple jelly. These jellies are just almost never vacuum packed. There's not a lot of pressure in that envelope. Seems about like it should be, actually. The apple jelly is kneaded. I'm going to turn my attention back to this milkshake. Quite thick now. Look at that. Get this up where you can see it. See how thick that is? But it is pretty thick. It's kind of smoothing out now. I'm going to give it another smell. And a little taste test. Just get some off the spoon. That's a different flavor. It tastes kind of like melted ice milk, possibly. Take a sip out of the cup. That is an interesting flavor. It tastes for all the world like melted ice milk or El Cheapo ice cream. We used to have that when I was a kid. It doesn't taste bad. I don't think it's spoiled. It's pretty foamy. I attribute that to the fact that I stirred the holy crap out of it. Well, let's see what these jerky strips are all about. These look like the kind of thing that you can get in a convenience store, and they're usually called beef steaks. And I'm going to have to cut that a little bit so I can open it. Alright, smell test first. Oh man, that smells good. It smells like kind of really good barbecue or hickory smoked. Yeah, maybe even a little teriyaki. Oh, there you go. You can see there the congealed fat that I was talking about. I'm going to take a bite of one. It's a little dry inside, which I guess you would expect, owing to the fact that it's jerky, right? So it takes a little while for your mouth to rehydrate that till the flavor starts spreading around. It has a fat content, but it's not overpowering. It's not really greasy feeling in the mouth. A smoky flavor. It tastes a little old, but it does not smell rancid. So we'll call that edible. Let's take a little bit of jelly on one of these crackers. I'm going to just break off a piece. There's no chance it'll break on the score line. But that'll do right there. And I'm going to open the pouch that the jelly's in the way I always do these little things. So I get almost a little pour spout. Oftentimes these jellies they might as well have a pour spout because they're so liquid. That doesn't look too bad. It doesn't. Let's give it a smell. Now the cracker smells old, and so it's kind of overpowering the jelly. So I think what I'm going to do, the jelly didn't come shooting out of there like it was fired out of a squirt gun or anything, so it wasn't under pressure. I'm going to take a little bit of it on the spoon here and try it out. So bottoms up, cheers, here's to your good health, and bon appetit. It tastes like apple, but I think the flavor has deteriorated some over the years. It's not a really strong, decidedly apple taste like you would get in a fresh jar off the grocery store shelf, but it's definitely apple, so I have a bite with a cracker. Well, that definitely adds something to the taste of that cracker. Again, the cracker doesn't taste rancid, it just tastes old and stale. Some people might say stale and rancid are the same thing. I don't quite make those two terms equal when I think about them. I'm having a hard time deciding whether I like that milkshake or not. It just tastes like powdered milk reconstituted. Let's have a go at these cookies, or at least one of them. I'm going to break it and see how dry it is. Not too bad. Give it a taste. Now that's good. Delicious. It's not overly dry, and the flavor of the little chocolate sixlets, for lack of a better name, they're not as big as M&Ms, they're tiny. Definitely comes through, and it really helps the taste of that cookie. It's actually quite good. I like that. Alright, let's try a little bit more apple jelly on what's left of this cracker corner here. It's actually fairly good, it's just really mild. The cracker is quite dry, I would say thirst-provoking. I can't detect any real salt on it like you would a saltine cracker. It's more like matzah bread. It's very dry. Flour and water and probably just a little bit of some kind of oil to bind it. I'm going to pause in just a minute after I check the heat on this retort pouch. Pull that out of the box a little bit. It's pretty hot in there. We'll give it a little bit more time. It's definitely heating it. So while we're letting that cook some more, we're going to pause. I'm going to clean these crumbs up out of the middle portion here so that we don't mix them in with the beef stew. And we'll get back to you real soon. Towards the end of the video today, I'm going to take a look at what's in this envelope, or this package. This came all the way from Dietzenbach, Germany, and it was sent to me by Stephanie Margeth. She has 2 channels on YouTube, both of which I subscribe to. She does bushcraft and camping, outdoor type subjects, mostly on her main channel. Reviews different products. She makes a lot of videos on her own. She makes a lot of them in conjunction with another YouTuber who lives in her town by the name of Pierre Dasbach. I also subscribe to both of his channels. I'm going to put a link in the bottom of this video description and put down Steffi's channels so that you can take a look at them. She's just a very sweet, very nice, very quirky German gal. Speaks English very well, and all of her videos are done in English. Well worth taking a look at. I'm overwhelmed right now that she sent me this. I don't know why she did. And we'll open it up in a little while and see what's inside. So we're still waiting for the main course to heat up some more. I've been kind of working away on this little cookie here. Another quarter of it, and I'm going to do that same thing again. That is just good. It's crunchy, but not overly dry. There's a certain fat content, probably butter or margarine or something in there that keeps it moist, so it's not like powder. It's actually like a cookie that you might buy in the store, except it does have a little oldish flavor to it, but not bad. It's actually quite good. And we had another bite of the beef jerky a few minutes ago while we were waiting, and that's also pretty good. It doesn't taste like fresh out of the store, but it's good. I wouldn't turn it down in a survival situation by any means. I wouldn't turn any of this down in a survival situation. Out camping, probably wouldn't either. Hunting trip, wouldn't turn it down. So far, pretty good, good enough, pretty good, good enough, and very, very good. And we'll reserve judgment on the beef stew till we get that open and out on the tray. And that is pretty darn hot in there, so I'm going to go ahead and take it out. Yeah, ow, ow, ow. Okay, I get the picture. It's been cold around here lately, so I don't really mind having some warmth on my fingers, but I do mind having them scalded, and this is pretty hot. Get it out of the pouch. Oh, wow, wow, wow. So I'm kneading this around in there to kind of spread the residual heat. I didn't find any cold spots in there really. Tamp that down a little bit so it's all concentrated in the bottom of the envelope. And we'll zip open the pouch. Okay, there it is inside. I think I see some potatoes in there for sure, and some meat. Put it onto the tray. Get a good look at it. Little potato chunk got away from the rest of it. Okay. And there's some carrots in there. Something green. Looks like a green pea. That's pretty cool because I put that in the stews I make. Lots of these little potato cubes. And the meat looks like it's not ground meat but shredded. Looks pretty hearty. Let's give it a smell here. Smells pretty good. So we're going to take a chance. We're going to risk life and limb and try this. Here we go. Bon appetit. Now that is good. That passes. Got a little bit of it on the tablecloth here, so the powers that be are going to skin me alive when she gets home. I don't think I can remove that spot adequately enough, so there's bound to be some commentary coming my way. Oh well. Nobody lives forever, right? Let's try some of the potato cubes here, maybe a little couple of peas, and another spoonful. I'm thinking that this is all right to eat. Yes, indeed. I'll call that good. So let's just review our ratings on this particular meal. Powdered milkshake, okay. Okay to good, alright, okay to good. The beef jerky strips, same, okay to good. Apple jelly, call it good. Crackers, stale but edible, so they're okay to good. Cookies, excellent. No problem with them at all. And the beef stew, quite edible. I'm going to say it's good. I have another spoonful. Has a beefy flavor. The texture of the beef is much more satisfying to eat than the hamburger, ground beef, ground sausage type meats that we often encounter in MREs. And it allows you to chew on it for a while so that more of the beefy flavor comes out, and I like that. So, 1 to 10 rating on this particular menu, I would give it a very firm 7. If the beef was a little bit less dry and the crackers a little bit less stale, we'd be up there around an 8.5, maybe even a 9. It's quite good. The milkshake, I think I could take or leave that. I've drank about half of it, and that's probably going to be about where it sits. The cookies I probably will finish off because they are excellent. And the stew I probably will finish off, although guess what the powers that be made for dinner tonight? Beef stew. So, as I say, she's not home yet, but I'm probably going to polish this off one way or the other. And so, there we have it. Alright, stand by. I'm going to clear the table here and we'll take a look at what Stephanie Margeth sent me. And this is a package that arrived a day or two ago from Germany. And it has a few tears in paper already. I'm not going to risk sticking a knife in there. Bubble wrap on the inside. I almost feel bad about opening it. I will cut the tape with a knife, however. And the bubble wrap is actually an envelope. Oh my goodness, look at this. The picture is starting to emerge. Look at that. That is absolutely incredible. You can get a gist of what that is. So that is a mountain scene. These look like they might be birch trees here. Obviously some rocky mountains, a lake, snow, and moonlight. Steffi spent some time in Alaska last year, and that looks like something that she might have seen up there. That's just, I don't know what to say. Steffi, thank you. I'm choking up now. You are an incredible young woman, an incredible artist, and if I were your father, I would be popping my buttons with pride to have you for a daughter. You're an incredible young woman, and thank you very much for this. There's a personal note on the back, which I won't read out loud, but I will read it. You can still smell the oils in the paint. She paints in oil. This is going to find a place of honor on my office wall, and I'm just at a loss for words, which is very unlike me. I usually know what to say, but in this instance all I can say is thank you, Steffi. Thank you. And there it is, hanging on the wall in my office. And now while I'm sitting and watching YouTube channels that I subscribe to, Steffi's being one of the ones I see the most of. And while I'm editing my own videos, I can look up there and see something beautiful. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Steffi. I can't tell you what that means to me. Thank you. Alright, that'll do it for another episode of Apple Stump Bushcraft Stuff and Things. Today we looked at menu 9 of the 2004 vintage Wornick Company MREs. Those are military MREs. We had beef stew, beef jerky, apple jelly, crackers, kind of chocolate chip cookies, a vanilla shake, and we had a spoon, a flameless ration heater, and accessory packet A, which you see right here, and which I'm going to save and put it in my camping administrative box. So thanks again for watching. Appreciate you dropping by. Remember, there's a giveaway going on this channel. It'll end on January 31st. Fairly nice prize. And we'll go onward and upward from there. Apple Stump Bushcraft Stuff and Things here in Boise, Idaho. We wish you the happiest, most prosperous, and healthy new year. You and all your family and your friends. And hope you'll stop back by for the next episode. Cheers, everyone.